Hey, Dr. Aziz here. I'm driving to my office right now in my cool shades, Arnett's, circa 1999 when I got them. They were all the rage back then, and I've had them in my glove box for about a decade, and I thought it was time for them to come out. Sometimes retro is cool. I'll take them off so I can talk to you while I drive here, of course paying attention to the road more than I am the camera. But I had this idea that I wanted to share with you, and I wanted to get out real quick right when it came to me. Because this is something that I do all the time to literally transform a particular day in my life, which I believe consistently over time will transform your entire life. Because if you can shift moment to moment in each day, then you can shift the course of your life. And so this is an incredibly important, simple idea that I wanted to share with you. And you can use this to make a shift in your social anxiety, to become more confident, and to get more of what you want in your relationships. Basically what it is I'm driving to work right now, and I don't know if you've ever had this feeling, but I have this sense of it's kind of malaise in my body, like I'm fatigued and just kind of a little pessimistic. I'm like, I just don't feel that excited about things right now. And I started to dig a little deeper. You know what it is I'm working on a new project right now, and I actually need some friends to help me get together, and I'm going to shoot some videos and photos, and I need some friends to gather. So what does that mean? That means asking for help. And I don't know if you've seen my blog post about that, but that can be incredibly hard, right? Asking for help. It's like, I'm going to be a burden to people. I'm going to impose on people. They're not going to want to do that. And we get these ideas, right? The story about asking for help makes it a bad thing. And so I'm stuck in my story. And if you've seen Confidence Unleashed, then you know exactly what you need to do when you realize that you're stuck in your story. And so, sure enough, it took me a moment, and I realized, I'm stuck in my story. I need to shift things. And that's the tip I wanted to help you realize, is that taking action, shifting things, is essential to making a change in your behavior in your life and then getting a different result in your life. So what do I mean by shifting things and taking action? Well, I'm sitting in the car, and I notice I'm kind of slumped over, I'm breathing shallowly, I'm just feeling, and the first thing you have to do is you have to snap your body into an aligned, upright, kind of animated state. Then you're going to move your body around, you're going to take a deep breath in, and you're going to activate. You got to activate your muscles, you got to activate your mind, activate your voice. That's an incredibly powerful way to do that. So the first thing I started doing was activating my voice. Being like, I, Aziz, see, hear, feel, and know that I can do this. I, Aziz, see, hear, feel, and know that I can do this. And I just start using my voice. I talk louder. And look, I'm in my car. No one's around. I can make whatever noises I want. I, Aziz, see, hear, feel, and know that I can do this. I kind of work myself up into a frenzy. And if you've seen Confidence Unleashed, I teach you exactly how to do this. And the thing is, once you do this, once you kind of whip yourself into a frenzy, the next step is you have to take action. You have to take immediate action and do what you need to do, following this thing that you're kind of holding yourself back from. So what I did in that moment is, right after I whipped myself into a frenzy, I used my speakerphone right here, and I called 3 people that I needed to call. I needed to call a photographer, and I needed to call 2 friends to see if I can get them to help me out. And I was like, I don't want to do it, and they're not going to like it, they're going to have a problem with it. And as long as we just kind of replay that story in our mind, we never take action. What we have to do is we have to break out of that story. So the first thing we have to do is we have to change what we're doing with our body, and then we have to just take the action and see what really happens. That's the key step, is we have to see what really happens. And sure enough, I called the photographer. Turns out he was available on the exact time that I needed him. And the 2 friends that I called, one, I got a voicemail, and I just left him a confident message, like not I'm sorry to bother you and burden you, but can you help me? I'm sorry. But just like, hey, I'm doing this cool thing on Sunday for about an hour. Would love your help. Let me know if you're free. And then the other person I got a hold of, and I gave him a call, and he's coming out. He's excited about it. And so this idea that people aren't going to want to help you, people don't want to, and whether that's your idea, or maybe it's like people don't want to talk to me, or if I go talk to that person, they're going to think I'm annoying. And so instead of just going with that story, see if you can shift how you're using your body, get some energy in your body, and then find what is a small action step that I can take right now to see if that's really true. In my case, it was to call them. In your case, it might be to go over and talk to that person. It might be to have that conversation with that coworker, have that conversation with your boss. Just do the thing that's scaring you. There's nothing more sort of demoralizing and debilitating than that being in that molasses state of not taking action and of telling yourself that it's not going to work, that you're not going to be able to do it. So I'm arriving at my destination right now, and I hope this tip has been useful for you. I know it's been incredibly useful for me. I'm going to share one other story here before we end, just to show you how useful it's been. I remember what I used to do when I was feeling that. I'd feel that in the mornings. I'd get to work, and I'd be like, I'm not quite where I want to be, or I just don't feel that good about myself. And what I would do is I'd take about 3 minutes, I'd put on an intense song that I really liked, like for me, some sort of electronic music, something that gets me pumped, and then I would just get into this frenzy, and then I would just take action. I'd say, like, you know what? I want to record a 30-minute strategy session on how to make friends, because that's the thing that I was helping a lot of people do, and I was like, I have all these ideas, I'm just going to record this. And I was like, well, why? What are you going to do with it? I'm like, I don't know, I'll just give it out. I just have to take action right now. So I do that for 30 minutes, and then for the rest of the day, I am charged, I'm empowered, I'm ready to go. What you're doing is you're training your body and your nervous system and your mind to just take action, to get into a state of alertness, of intensity, and taking action. Because at the end of the day, people want to share sell you secrets about dating and pickup artists and confidence and that sort of thing. At the end of the day, the real secret of it all is just to consistently take action and challenge your story again and again and again and again until you eventually realize that it's not true. That in this case, people did want to help me, and that in your case, people do want to talk to you, that you can have that conversation with a challenging coworker or with your boss. You can be assertive in your life, and you can go after what you want. You can start something that you've been avoiding. You can really take life on, and that the only thing that's stopping you is your story about that you can't do it. So thanks for listening. Hope this has been useful for you, and I'll talk to you soon.